about proverbs and idioms. As I have said, so I am doing. I have told you that I'll be making a series on English proverbs and idioms, so I am doing it. This is the first part, which is going to make your English expression all the more impressive. So be glued to this video till the end. If you really want to see a marked improvement in your English skills, then subscribe to my channel. And if you like this video, don't forget to press that like button. So without much ado, let's start. First of all, I think it is a dire need for all of us to know what is the difference between an idiom and a proverb. Idiom is a group of words which cannot be understood if you are going to break down the words separately. If you want to comprehend or understand the meaning of an idiom with the literal way, it is not going to work. So that is the key, that an idiom cannot be comprehended, it cannot be understood by breaking down its word alone. It is used as a full collection of words or as a phrase, and you have to pick it up, use it in the similar way. The next is your proverb. Now proverbs are old sayings by the people who were before us. हमारे ancestors जो थे उन्होंने हमें जो कहावतें दी हैं, that is actually the old advices given for our betterment. So that was the basic difference between idioms and phrases. Now straight away to our first idiom. The first idiom is a blessing in disguise. It means that you were expecting, or the thing which has happened to you was bad at first, was not very pleasing at first, but later on it proved to be a blessing. So it was a blessing in disguise. Like the girl lost her job, it was actually a blessing in disguise because she got a better one later on. To beat around the bush. This means you are not able to comfortably say something which you are having in your mind. You are awkward to say what you really mean. Like Ramesh could not tell the tragedy to the family, he kept on beating around the bush. The next, again a very common one, to get out of hand, which means something goes out of control, which is beyond your control, you cannot handle it anymore. Like the riots could not be handled by the government. If the situation got out of their hands, they could not handle it. To hit the sack, it means to go to sleep. Example of hitting the sack is, tomorrow I have to get up early, so I am going to hit the sack now. Under the weather, this means being sick. Instead of saying that I am sick, I am not well, you can say I am a bit under the weather. The next one is, a picture is worth 1,000 words. This means that it is better to show a picture than to speak on the same thing in 1,000 words. The eighth one is to add insult to injury. It means to make things worse. Like the man was denied of the job and he was told the reason that he was too old. It means that injury you have already done and you are adding an insult unto it. Number 9 is bird of a feather flock together. It is usually used in a negative sense where we mean to say that people who are alike tend to be together. The example is the notorious guy joined their gang. Number 10, one of my personal favorites, don't cry over the spilt milk. It means that if something has gone wrong and it cannot be changed, then we must not keep indulging in complaining about it. We must leave it. A good example is, I know you didn't mean to break my phone, so stop crying over the spilt milk. So now let's start with our first 10 proverbs. Adversity and loss makes a man wiser. This means that when we undergo some hardships, some losses in our life, that is the time we get wiser. Number 2, a drowning man will clutch at a straw. It means when you are under certain difficult circumstances, any minute opportunity if you will get, you will not miss it. The next in proverb is, a fool and his money are soon parted, which is very true. An example for this is, Greg won a huge lottery, but he lost all his money at casino. The next is the lovely one, all's well that ends well. We all believe in that whatever it takes, any hardships, any struggles, any efforts, but if the result is good, then everything is paid off. The next one is, always put your best foot forward. It goes hand in hand with another proverb, that is, your first impression is your last impression. It means that whatever you do, in the beginning you have to do the best thing to make a mark, and for that you have to put in your best efforts, you have to put in your best impression. The next one is a funny one. Among the blind, the one-eyed man is the king. जैसे कि हम हिंदी में कहते हैं अंधों में काना राजा. The seventh one, a very appropriate one, which says an idle brain is a devil's workshop. The example is keep the people busy. As you know, the idle mind is a devil's workshop. The next one, another of my personal favorites, it says a stitch in time saves the nine, which means that if something goes wrong, we need to work on it immediately, otherwise it is going to go out of control. The example is, I think the car is having some problem. I must visit a mechanic. As a stitch in time saves the nine. The next one is a very old one too, and that is, as you sow, so shall you reap. Whatever you do, you are reverted back the same. Like he was behind the bars because of the fraud he has done. As you sow, so shall you reap. Really fond of the proverbs. So again, the next one is one of my personal favorites. I firmly believe in that, and it goes like this: the best things are free in life. The example of it is, I feel so energized in the clean air and the beautiful nature. As it is often said, the best things in life are free. So here we complete the first 20. This was the first part of the Idiom and Proverbs series. Keep watching, subscribe to my channel. So now is the time to sign off. And as I always say and truly wish, happy learning and be safe.